when you first start the game, apparently this is the window you get. A lot has changed. This is my third account, so I can actually take a look at what the new player experience is like. So there is a progression system. You level up heroes, mostly to just get rewards. The XP gets you gold, the wins gets you gold, and you can get loot chests. The loot chest system is extremely diluted with aesthetics. You can win heroes and you can win announcers, but mostly it's aesthetics. But there's still some best practices to get the most out of it. If you play a decent amount, you can earn heroes via loot chests as well. I don't recommend ever buying loot chests when you are looking to optimize your spending. You can easily directly buy heroes with gold that you can either earn, or you can buy heroes with gems which you can pay money for. If you're a hotshot lawyer and you don't have time to grind, then that's a way to get ahead. So those are the... Oh yeah, and when you get duplicates, you get shards that you can use to also unlock things. Skins, for instance. First of all, when you start, you cannot play ranked immediately. You need to have at least 16 heroes available. 14 are free to play. So if you actually use someone's referral, for example this one, recruit a friend, copy link, I put the link in the chat. If you use that, soon you will get 1 or 2 heroes already. I believe a Rainer and a Sylvanas if you play on. So that already gets you eligible to ranked. But you also need to be account level 50, and that takes a while. You get account level 50 by having 10 heroes at level 5, or having more heroes at level 4, obviously. So you can't start with ranked. So initially you start with quick match. And you can only play the heroes that are free to play, which are highlighted by the little Heroes of the Storm logo. And I'm just gonna start things off with one quick match game, so that you can see what the new player experience is like, and so that I can see it again on a new account. And I'm also not gonna play too good on purpose. We're gonna open up with Jaina, an excellent starting hero. We'll queue up for quick match. This is how you can begin playing by yourself. Of course, you can also open your loot chest first and see whether there's any heroes inside. Now there's standard loot chests, there's rare loot chests. We can actually just see what we get out of that. You press spacebar to open it, and you press space again to open everything. So you see you get a lot of voice lines, but you don't get any heroes yet. Now you can do rerolls. Generally, if you want to, you can do one reroll to try and get heroes, and that's an okay way to spend your gold. If everything is common and not rare, it's okay to do one reroll. But you can also save up your gold initially to save up heroes, to save up to buy some heroes, and I think that's the best way to start. So we got various skins. Don't be fooled when you see a hero that you think you actually earn a hero out of that. Just got a bunch of skins. So those loot chests were pretty much nothing. We're gonna start with Jaina. You can also earn some gold from the daily quest, and there's also some challenges that you can play that gets you additional rewards. In the loadout, you can choose different skins, different mounts if you have them. This horse, that horse. You can earn a lot over the time when you play.
For Theramore!
We found a game. Now, HotS has many different battlegrounds, but the one that you're always going to be starting on is Cursed Hollow. To keep things simple, beginning players are always going to be opening up on Cursed Hollow, which is the most similar to other MOBA maps in that there are 3 lanes and the map is relatively big, but it's still with a twist. On Cursed Hollow, you need to collect up to 3 tributes that are highlighted by a 0 out of 3 with your progress. Once you get 3 out of 3, your enemies will be cursed by the Raven Lord, that is like the boss of the map that doesn't actually have a body on the map. And enemy cursed forts and towers will not attack, and all of their minions are reduced to 1 health. So any damage you do on the 1 health minions will kill them instantly. You get a lot of experience from that very quickly. So when enemy is cursed, it is still not good to fight 1 versus 3 players. You will lose. But it is good to fight 5 people in 1 lane and just push down the towers, because there are no natural defenses. And it's also good when you see all of the enemies gathered together in 1 lane, let's say mid lane, for you to go top and push that lane down, because there are no defenders and nothing is actually helping to defend. So let's say you're beginning with Jaina. One thing a lot of people do is, and we're talking about effective habits for learning the game. One thing a lot of people do is 5 people go mid for both teams. You have this big pointless fight and some people will die on either side. But the most effective habit you can nurture at the start of the game is to just don't go mid. Just choose a direction. Especially with a hero like Jaina that is like an ice mage. She has really good clear on minions, which allows her to kill minions very quickly. So I'm gonna go pick up Lingering Chill. I think this is the best build for beginners. When you begin playing, you do not have quick cast, so you actually hit your hotkey, QWE, and then you choose a target like this. But what the function that I have turned on is called quick cast, and that means that when I press Q in a direction, it instantly shoots in that direction. So I don't have to do the confirmation left click that you would normally do. So if I press E in this direction, it's just gonna throw out a cone of cold already.
That's enough out of you.
So one of the best habits is to make sure that you've got people in every lane. And just kill the minions over and over. They come once every 20 seconds. So hit a nice blizzard on the whole wave. Then cone of cold. The whole wave is gone. At level 4 you grab Arcane Intellect. I'm gonna be adding builds again to my bot soon. For every hero, you can do things like ! Jaina and find out what talent build meshes well together. I don't have it yet, but I should be adding that again soon. Now, the safest thing you can do when the minions are not dying yet is to just stay mounted up by pressing Z or Z and staying near your gate. That way, when someone is hiding in the bushes, you don't die. And one of the best things you can do as a new player is not dying. And as a good player too, not dying. So keep mounting up so that you can quickly react to people and go away. You have a mount from the start of the game.
And earn my favor.
So there's 2 people here. That means I can fight, but it would not be wise for me to fight because it's unlikely that I will win, no matter how good your micro is. And that's something difficult to accept sometimes as an RTS player. I also don't have self-heal, so I rely on the middle minion, this wizard guy with the little pointy hat. When they die, they drop a regeneration globe, and it then flies to every nearby hero when you walk over it. And when you pick that up, that's your way of healing.
Sounds interesting.
I can't pick it up because I will take too many hits from James Rayner. Now when a minion dies by your hit, your last hit, you get the experience immediately, which is shared across the whole team. But when a minion dies and you didn't last hit it, it will actually drop a little thing called an experience globe. And you need to walk nearby to pick it up. Here I like going Ice Fury Wand. Thank you very much, Hollycakes and Lucky Rajin. So watch this minion die, the archer that's about to walk to the tower. That's an experience globe, and you need to go near, and it says plus 86 XP.
On the way.
So now let's talk about the objective. You see this blue thing here? This is a tribute. You right mouse button to gather it. While tributes are important, as they can lead to the cursing of your opponents, you need a full 3 before they do anything at all. There are advanced strategies where you do not mob and attack it with everything you've got. But that's usually way too advanced for new players. So generally the best thing you can do when the tribute gets announced is to go there en masse with everyone. If you can count the odds while you're busy, that's a big plus. For instance, if 3 of your allies already died, it's generally not good to go in and try to win the remainder of the fight. No matter how important you think that tribute is, just wait nearby or clear the wave. Death timers at the beginning are fairly short. So if your team started off winning by killing several heroes, but you can't channel for long enough without being interrupted, it's a really good chance that you can still win the tribute with your heroes coming back. Now that the tribute is taken, we've done our main goal, you can go somewhere else. Most of the times, enemy players and your allies will continue to fight for no reason at all, just because that was the convening place, that was the place where people used to party. And you can actually just go get some value in a different lane. It is possible that you will take massive pings to the face by people that do not understand your grand plan. And they'll be like, why aren't you here? We all died. Make sure not to be sounding like a smug smartass and says, hey, I didn't die. I recommend summon Water Elemental for new players. Wait for them to come for the tribute and then attack them. But save your allies if they need it. Summon your Water Elemental with hotkey R, and you can retarget it by pressing R again. We are now getting the second tribute. We will be 2 out of 3, which you can see in the bottom right. Once we get the third tribute, we will actually cast a curse on our opponents. A blizzard is enough generally to clear a whole minion wave. You don't also need a cone of cold. But when you have Arcane Intellect, you're only wasting the cooldown, not mana. Arcane Intellect gives you a lot of mana back. Now you can read all about Jaina if you want to know how she works. But basically, when she casts spells on someone, they get chilled, which slows them, and all your future spells will do more damage. Which is nice.
Let's see how you like this.
And with the build that I like to go, you can also auto attack for bonus damage. Anytime you see those, like the little circle with the star, that shows you doing a crit damage.
Gather tribute or face my curse. The choice is simple.
Ping, ping, crit, crit, crit.
Elemental, defend me.
A good kill.
That should win us some time.
Now it's time for the third tribute. You can see the levels up there. Level 10 gets you your ultimate abilities, also called heroics.
Just surrender.
Looks like someone is coming for me. This hero is a skill shot hero, the one he has. So if you
Well done.
actually keep running in circles as she walks up at you,
Fall before you. Talent.
then it's harder for her to hit you.
Double kill.
So now you can see the entire map as friendly territory. Note that none of the towers are actually shooting. You see the little curse on top. And you can kill minions easily. Just keep in mind that you keep looking at the mini-map. If you cannot see enemies on the mini-map and I only see one, they could be coming for you. So mount up and leave. Stay with your team. There are best things to do during a curse. I have to help him now, but don't die for it.
Elemental, defend me. Let us guide my blade.
Heal me, Uther.
Your killing spree is over.
Oh, he de-shielded himself, a selfish lover.
Enough. The curse is
Still died. Pepper hands. Alright, so now that the dust is settled, your tributes have been reset to 0 out of 3. Yeah, nice. And we see actually that they have lost all 3 of their frontal forts and their keep, which means we start spawning catapults in this lane.
demolished.
Keep goes down with 1 or 2 more shots.
That wasn't so.
Constant catapults and XP, it says. So every minion wave will have a catapult instead of 1 out of every 3. Make sure you remember when you come back, and then you can start walking onto the map again.
All right with
Now,
me.
besides taking tributes and pushing lanes, you can also take mercenaries. When you defeat them, they will join your side. Make sure that you know that these ogres, you can actually dodge their projectile if you keep moving between shots.
Choose it.
Right click here, and right click here, and then A click on the ogre, and keep dodging. Now, when you capture them, you stand on the point. They will join your side and push as if they are your lane minions. And that can help. If you actually click them, you can see this little window that you actually get when you click them. You see that they have 219 basic attack damage. Catapults have 190. And catapults are already very good. They have range 11. Siege Camp has range 10. Slightly less than a catapult, but more damage. With an attack speed of 1 attack every 2 seconds. Catapults are 1 attack every 3 seconds. So actually Siege Camp does way more damage than a catapult, and they come in 2. The range is slightly less, but that's a lot of push power. If you take a look at the keep, it has 17,000 health. They're doing 220 damage. Well, do the maths, because I won't. We now see that the enemy is pushing with 4 players in the middle lane. They're looking to attack our fort. I'm just going to stand here and help defend. He just died to Murky. So now you can see what Siege Camp actually does to minions. So it's really nice when you've got one of these pushing, as everyone congregates for the tribute. You can see here the vortex is spawning another tribute.
This isn't your day.
Triple kill. Quad kill.
So during all this, Siege Camp is still going to town. We are now going to get the tribute, which we were favored to because we were all here and Raynor was dead. We're also higher level and we have more talents because at level 16 you get another talent, which empowers your abilities. So when you think of what the opponent should have done, considering they're going to lose a keep if they don't defend the Siege Camp most likely, and they're very likely to also lose the tribute, even if they do fight for it, you realize something that a lot of people don't end up realizing their entire lives while they're playing HotS, which is that just because something is calling for you to come over, like the tribute, that doesn't make it a good decision to actually go there. Now, don't expect your teammates to understand that, but I wanted to let you guys know that right away. We now have 1 out of 3 tributes, which by itself does not pose a threat. It's like only when you get 3 out of 3 will it even do anything at all. And while the progress matters, it doesn't matter as much as losing this keep. Had the enemy defended the keep with all of them, not only would they not have died, but they would have also saved their keep. A really marked improvement, actually. Thank you. I just got the Divine Shield from my healer. What a nice guy.
Double kill.
For the Kirin Tor.
So it's always good to give up on lost causes and do something else that's useful. Now there's another tribute. Do we end or do we go for the tribute? Well, we can actually end my own life.
Your killing
We can end my own life by killing Raynor. Always take camps. The core will regenerate shields if you don't finish it. So even when it's very low, that doesn't mean it will be easy to take it down on a future attack. We have won our first game of HotS. GG. Oh, I forgot to wear my credibility prop. And that's why I like to play Jaina on Cursed Hollow. When is a good time for doing the camps? So, generally, when your lane is dying to enemy heroes attacking and big minion waves that are killing your towers, you don't actually want to grab camps, because camps are an enabler to deal siege damage to an opponent. So why would you want to enable the possibility of siege damage to an opponent when they are already doing siege damage to you now? So you first deal with active threats, and when there are none, that's when you make your own future possible threats in mercenary camps. What else did you forget? Nothing. You can add it in post-production. Saved.